Why am I, okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yay, welcome. Let me grab my other phone real quick and make sure that I am live everywhere. Why does Instagram make me look like I'm lit up when I'm not? It's only the Instagram app that does that. Hang on one sec, you guys. Hang on. So I just want to make sure I'm not all discombobulated on Facebook because sometimes it can do that. Let's just hop on over there and make sure we are, there we go. Yay! Okay. Okay. So welcome, 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 you guys. We are live and I'm getting ready to go to the gym. Woo! But I thought I would share what I do in the morning with all of you and also share some, I just realized when I got out of the shower, I did a really ganky braid. And then it was between this, I don't know if they're called Bobcats or Wildcats hat or this hat. So should we choose? Should we choose which hat? Or I kind of like this, but this is navy and this is black. So this kind of goes with everything. So we'll just keep this one. This one's really cute on though. So welcome you guys. We are live everywhere. Instagram. Why are you doing that, Instagram? We are live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on TikTok. Welcome new followers on TikTok and Instagram. If you'd like to follow my other platforms, please choose YouTube. So on YouTube, I have two channels. It's Andrea Cox TV for health and wellness and the Detox Intuitive for spirituality. Quick little intro about me. I am a holistic wellness coach, intuitive healer, intuitive life coach. I have 3 plant-based books, the most recent being Eat Right for Your Zodiac, 155 pages of plant-based recipes. I also have my new oracle deck, The Lessons of the Mystical Muse, which is a magical compilation of 72 oracle cards and a shadow work workbook. I will link these everywhere in every description everywhere. And actually, let me grab one more thing. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm like so discombobulated this morning. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Sorry about that, folks. It's like I always say, it's the morning, okay? So I haven't had really anything in me yet except my lemon water, which brings me to my morning routine. But first, let's draw a card from the new oracle deck. And you know what? I'm just going to take off the top because we have buck spirit. And this buck spirit's really cool. I had a buck in the yard the second day I had moved here. And I decided to research about the buck and the symbolism, and bucks actually shed their crown. They are the only animal that shed their crown. So I was secretly praying that it would shed this beautiful crown in my yard. But they are known to be resilient, full of strength, and indestructible. So I love that this card showed up today when I shuffled for myself. So let's get into it. So 𝗏𝗏𝗏 coffee, tea, matcha company, medicinal mushroom company, they sent me a huge box of goodies. And I am so grateful to them because I love a good matcha. I love a good hot chocolate. I love a good tea. And what I usually do when I wake up in the morning, I take about a canning jar size like this, and I squeeze just the juice of a lemon in there. And I usually sweeten it with a little either monk fruit sweetener or stevia because I grow stevia in the garden. And I start my day off with that, nothing else. And then depending on if I'm microdosing or not, I might do that. And that's pretty much it. I do take a probiotic, my Smiling Gut pre and probiotic, but I pretty much am out the door or I'm on my elliptical usually by 9 a.m. It used to be a lot earlier. Now, as far as pre-workouts go, I love this Amino Lean vegan aminos. They are gluten-free, vegan, no crap added, no color, nothing. Mine is almost empty. And I usually put it in this gallon jug of water and I take this to the gym with me. And this is actually what I drink throughout the day, but I pride myself on having half of it drank by about 11 a.m. So I am really a person that prefers to stay hydrated. Let me know in the comments if you are like me. I like to stay hydrated. So, you know, this is a gallon jug. Usually I carry around a glass gallon jug, but I broke it a few weeks ago. I ordered this on Amazon. It has the straw. They're not paying me to say this. And it is BPA free and it works for me. If ladies, if you're the type that like wears makeup to the gym, which I have to shoot videos today, but I'm in wet hair and usually no makeup, you know, it's got the sippy straw for you. And, you know, it's just, I got it in color Frosty because I don't know. Little kids tell me I look like the girl in Frozen, so I love Frosty, the color. So love the color I got. And then I always take a green juice with me because I want to replenish and again, hydrate immediately upon leaving the gym. So those of you who are following me on TikTok and you have no idea, I am almost half a century young. And this is basically what I've done my entire life. I've always worked out. I've always done cardio every day. I've always lifted weights 3 to 5 times a week. I've always been a hot yoga girl, although here I am not. Haven't found a really good studio yet, but this has been my routine for a long time. So what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna show you some tools I use for the lemon water. And we're just gonna kind of go through like the routine, shall we? Okay. So I really like this contraption. I got it probably 10 years ago in an Instagram ad, and it is a stainless steel lemon juice squeezer or citrus squeezer, and I use mine every day. Usually, like I said, about a canning jar full of lemon water, and I take my probiotics with that. Now, I've got some water heated up, and there is a reverse osmosis tab in the house. So that's what I use for either my tea or my coffee. Now, I am the type of person, let me know if you guys can relate. Welcome, Stephanie. Stephanie's like one of my best friends, okay, from San Diego. We talked the other day. She's making sure I get to the gym. My Scorpio girlfriend on Facebook. So, and she really is that pretty. So, you know, usually I try to avoid caffeine. I am not a good methylator. And those of you who know about 𝗵𝗄HFR, methylation is vitally important. And if you're not a good methylator, you can have trouble with even green tea. I have trouble methylating coffee. However, since I tried 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝗀, I have not had that issue. Now, I'm going to show you how I do mine first. So I'm going to reheat this just a little bit. So I'm in love with the mushroom coffee. It's called Higher. And I think I would get hired if I was going for a job and drinking this. Or maybe they mean high, I don't know. But I do about half a teaspoon. It says do a teaspoon, but a teaspoon is way, way, way too much for me. So I do half a teaspoon, and then I take their decaf, their instant decaf, because again, everybody knows when I'm on coffee, because crazy, yeah. And I do half a teaspoon of that. So I'm not getting all the adrenal gland, schmegma. I'm not getting all warped within my adrenal glands. I'm actually rebuilding it with this. You can tell this has got a lot of miles on it already. This is the Titan 10 mushroom extract powder. And I love this. It's like my kryptonite. So I'm going to do about half a teaspoon of the Titan 10. We're making an elixir tonic. And I got to tell you guys, if you were watching this on 𝗠𝗲𝗂𝗏 TV, if you go back like 9 years, I was making elixir tonics. Like just look for 𝗠𝗲𝗂𝗏's elixir on YouTube and you'll find like at least 12 videos. I was mixing all these in my kitchen. I was like, okay, I need a little bit of that, a little bit of that. 𝗲𝗵𝗂𝗏 and so many other companies have made it easy for us folks. I wish I would have cashed in like 10 years ago when I thought, man, I need to start mixing these. But I ended up mixing my hair, skin, and nails product, my raw detox formula, and my pre and probiotic formula instead. All of those are on 𝗠𝗲𝗂𝗏.com. So I put about a half a teaspoon of this, and that's it. I'm going to turn this off, and I'll show you how I sweeten it. It's a little hot. So that's really hot. So I make this in stainless steel. I also use copper, and I have a couple cast iron pieces as well. So those of you who are going to get on me about the cookware, don't. So what I sweeten it with is just a little bit of monk fruit sweetener. And when I say that a light bulb goes on, you can probably tell the before and after I take a sip of this. I mean, the light bulb really goes on, okay? I mean, like, it's like I just flipped a switch. It's really like, it's kind of overboard. So some of the other things I do, I love to take organic ginger. You definitely want to wash organic ginger if you're not growing your own. I bought this because the outside of organic ginger is still questionable. So I always like do a couple shavings of this, or I run it through the juicer and put a little shot in my water, because ginger in the water, sipping it, especially in cold and rainy days like this, it actually will keep the body warm. So a lot of times I'll take a pinch of ginger or a pinch of cayenne, and if it's really freezing, I really don't want to get my ass out the door, I'll sprinkle it in my shoes or my socks, and that'll keep me warm because it goes up through the skin. The skin is the largest organ of the body, so it's reabsorbed into the bloodstream and it keeps you warm. So let's take a sip of this. Let me know in the comments what you're having this morning. Okay, someone is saying, I cannot believe you actually have a microwave in your kitchen, even off and unplugged. They emit harmful. Okay, that's fine. Have a great day. You know, some people rent, some people own. But so someone said that on Facebook. I actually like it in here. Indian Rocks Beach, Florida. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, Marco. Welcome in Norway. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're not going to let one bad apple spoil it. So this is super good, you guys. I love this. And again, their quality of coffee is unsurpassed. Everything's organic. Everything is fair trade. Everything is sustainably sourced. Let's go through what they sent me. So they sent me the higher coffee, which is my favorite. I'm almost empty, so 𝗲𝗵𝗂𝗏, please resend this. They sent me the instant decaf coffee, which is almost empty. Call me. They sent me the superfood hot chocolate. So I don't know what's going on where all of a sudden I'm not into chocolate anymore. Like, I've been a chocolate eater every day of my life for 2 decades, and now all of a sudden, you know, but this is super good. If you want a nice hot chocolate on a cold, rainy night. A little bit of this. You can put a little pinch of ginger, cayenne, cinnamon in it, like a Mexican hot chocolate. Really, really good. They sent me the Titan 10, which is the medicinal mushrooms, which I absolutely love. And then they sent me instant mushroom coffee, and this is called Big Shot. So I don't know if this is espresso. It says it's good for your gut and immunity and focus. So made with USDA organic fair trade Arabia instant coffee. It is infused with 7 of the world's most healthy and potent dual extracted mushroom powder. Lion's mane, chaga, reishi, cordyceps. I love cordyceps. It's really good for like physical energy. Turkey tail, good for the mind. Shiitake, good to relax. And maitake, good for the immune system. Lion's mane is good for everything, as is chaga. So thank you for that. And then they sent me another instant mushroom coffee. So I'm pretty much set with caffeine for the next year of my life, but check them out, La Repubblica. I'll link them in the comments wherever you're tuning in at. And you guys, everything in moderation. You know, when choosing the items that they were going to send me, I was like, you know, matcha really doesn't sit well with me. I see a lot of you making almond matchas and these beautiful lattes with almond milk. Doesn't really cut it for me, especially if I want to get up in cold and rainy weather and move my body and do physical exercise. I like a little shot of caffeine. I never drank caffeine for years. I always did 𝗏𝗏𝙗 or guayasa, which is another great one, which actually has caffeine in it. I think actually it has a little bit more. Hang on one second. Okay. So do that. Sorry, you guys. Maverick actually pulled the pillow off my bed and was chewing it to shreds. He likes to chew things when mommy's doing video. Don't you, Maverick? So sweet. Adopt, don't shop, folks. Anyway, so I usually do 𝗏𝗏𝙗 or guayasa, but I really like the option of occasionally having a coffee, and I want to talk about this. There's a difference between good coffee and not good coffee. Number one, coffee is the most heavily sprayed crop, even more than soy, more than corn. So we have to remember when buying coffee, it's a must for it to be organic, or else you're just putting chemicals in your bloodstream. Another thing, you don't have to go gung-ho and do the recommended amount on the package. You saw what I did. I did half a teaspoon, and then I did a half a teaspoon of decaf, and that was it. So I didn't add a bunch of sugar to it. I didn't add any MTC oil, any butter like a lot of people do, butter in their coffee. I forget what that's called. You don't really need any of that. Just a little bit goes a long way. So this is all the caffeine I'll have today, and I'll be bouncing off the walls. Also, with the additional medicinal mushrooms added, it doesn't affect the adrenal glands like coffee does. And that's a big plus, in my opinion, as I just spit on my computer. That was lovely. As I just spit. So I used to have a lisp in my front teeth, and I literally would spit on people, and I got made fun of so much growing up. But anyway, so if I spit on you guys, I'm sorry. Oh, by the way, we set it up now so you can subscribe to the channel on TikTok. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That's new. I know we have a few of you that were already in there subscribed before I came on. So thank you so much. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with all of you. Okay, we have bonjour, madame. Well, bonjour to you as well. Oh, thank you for asking about Roger. He passed away about 2 years ago. Thank you, Ella. And we have Welcome in Oceanside. Welcome in Indian Rocks. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with all of you. As far as after the gym, it's always a green juice. So I start with a 32-ounce green juice and usually just move into my fruit then. But again, I always take my juice with me to the gym. I always take at least a gallon of water with me throughout the day. And I have this hammered down to next to nothing usually by 5 p.m. So hydration is key, especially when you're going to do something dehydrating like coffee. Coffee does dehydrate you. Now, a lot of people say, oh, I can't go to the bathroom without coffee. That's a myth. It's not because it moves the bowels. It's because it actually stimulates the bowels in a negative way. So that's actually a myth when it comes to coffee. The only way coffee is beneficial, truly beneficial, is when we do it in coffee enemas, which stimulate the old bile to be released from the liver. Okay, let's see who we... Welcome in Destin, Florida. Welcome in France. Welcome. You guys are so sweet. Yeah, Maverick chewed the pillow. Lewis is still in bed. And thank you, Ella, for asking about Roger. Yeah, he passed away 2 years ago, but he's still with us in spirit. He's still with us. I have his things all over the house. So thank you for brightening my day and reminding me of his presence. I've been asking to get more signs from him. So you guys, let's see. Yeah, I don't know why. Here, let's, there we go. Yvonne on TikTok, great. Yeah, go ahead and ask your questions about health and wellness. We'll do health and wellness and not spirituality today, but we can do both. So, hey, Andrea, what is the best protocol for a coffee enema? Hang on. The best protocol for a coffee enema would be to get on a pattern of doing them anywhere from 1 to 3 times a week. And you want to only use the special gold roast coffee. I'll share what mine is right here. So this is the type of coffee that I use for coffee enemas. It's a special gold roasted type of coffee, and it's actually meant for coffee enemas. It turns green if you leave it sit too long. And I would also recommend getting a large coffee enema bucket, not the bag and not the smaller bucket. I hope that helps. And mine is not steel. Mine is the BPA-free plastic. I've had mine for like 4 years. I just clean it every day. Really good. My man is coming off heavy drinking and a bad tooth. How can we get home healthy again? Okay, all these questions on TikTok, I'm loving it. Let me take a sip. Put this back real quick. So since it's a bad tooth, I would definitely gargle with salt water. Also, if you can pack the tooth with cloves. Cloves are really good if you have any kind of like mouth infection. So that's personally what I would do concerning a bad tooth. Sorry, Instagram, I've been ignoring you. How are you? Answering these questions on TikTok. Go ahead and ask your health and wellness questions. You can ask your spirituality questions as well. We just went over the 𝗲𝗏𝗪𝗔 coffee, the box that they sent me. Highly recommend 𝗲𝗏𝗪𝗔 for green tea, healthy hot cocoa, all of their, and coffee, of course, and medicinal mushroom products. All of their products are organic, fair trade, sustainably sourced. Oh, thank you for the gifts. So also with heavy drinking, Diana, I would get a tincture called Lubelia. I think it's L-U-B-I-A. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but that would be good to have in the house. You can actually put it under the tongue, 8 times a day. Be sure and check with your doctor. Welcome in New York. Should he get the tooth removed? That's up to you. I'm not a fan of root canals. Again, talk to your doctor. I'm kind of digesting these janky braids I have right now on my wet hair. I'm not much for root canals because, like the great Hal Huggins says, root canals can particularly lead to the big C in women. So I'm not so sure about men, but you might want to look into Dr. Hal Huggins when it comes to dental things. Also, what is her name? She's got the best dental program, organic dental program. I'll have to think of her name and respond in the comments. Hello on Instagram. So we are answering comments to my 25,000 followers on TikTok and also my 26,000 followers on Facebook. And so far we've gotten, after we shared what 𝗧𝗵𝗶 sent us, this amazing coffee, so far we've answered about coffee enemas. We've also answered about an infected tooth. Definitely, I have a lot of experience with infected teeth. I would rinse with salt water and go see a dentist. That's what I would do. Also, look into Dr. Hal Huggins. I think he's been deceased for several years, but he has a lot of good holistic books. Okay, what next? You're struggling with losing weight. Well, you're not going to like what I have to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Number one, you have to know when to put down the fork, and that's just, don't, shoot the messenger. That's just, in versus out. That's number one. I'm almost half a century old. I've been vegan for 26 years. I would definitely recommend looking into a plant-based diet. You can get my book, Eat Right for Your Zodiac, or check out any of my programs, specifically my holistic wellness coaching program. Weight is probably the easiest thing for me when it comes to my business, getting weight off people. It just comes easy. Everything from like 2 pounds a day, just shedded. And also, think of the way you speak to yourself. So it's not about losing the weight, it's about actually releasing the weight. So that's really important. Sorry, you guys, I feel like I'm ignoring you there. I'm talking up there. Okay, let's see. Give it to me straight, she says. That's about as real as I can be. You got it, we have to feel it to heal it. We have to really feel our pain. And if you're maybe a binge eater, because intuitively I'm feeling that might be going on, you have to really ask yourself, what pain am I pushing down that I'm turning to food? And that's with anything, guys. That's with drugs, alcohol, intimacy, when you're intimate with everything that walks, that's also a problem. That can breed to a lot of disease and things of that nature. I was watching a doctor on TikTok the other day that was talking about the H. pylori and how it can lead to stomach cancer. I was like, oh my gosh, like rabbit hole of knowledge I didn't even want to know. I have to get a root canal on Monday. I'm not a dentist. I have a good one. Someone's asking on TikTok. I would definitely consult with your dentist. I have to get a root canal on Monday and so freaking scared. I don't know what to expect. Well, pray about it. Number one, definitely look into Hal Huggins' work. I don't have like a dentist I go to on a solid basis here. I've lived here about a year. I do have one for emergencies that I want to get up and coming work done with, but he focuses on the health of the mouth. So that's what I would focus on. Oil pulling in the morning is excellent. I love to oil pull with coconut oil, rinsing with salt water at night. This is on TikTok for those of you joining me on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Do I just book an appointment? Absolutely, you can book crypto. Are you crypto? We might need to talk. I love cryptocurrency. Absolutely, all the links are in my bio. I would get I would fill out the Holistic Wellness Coaching Questionnaire and then set up a consult. And you'll get my calendar immediately upon setting that up. Someone asked, why do so many creators have a low battery in their smoke detector? Because we're not married. Because we don't need to change it. Yes, the queen is back. Thank you so much. I'll always be here. I'll never go anywhere. I'm never going anywhere. So on Instagram, no one ever asked me anything because I put different stuff on Instagram. My skin is glowing. Thank you. Okay, so the coffee enemas is dependent upon you. You know, again, it stimulates the portal vein to release old bile from the liver. So tips for growing and thickening my hair. I have a lot of tips for that. So with coffee enemas, there's a lot of childhood trauma and stuff we release when we're purging the liver. But it's also the center to our chi. So it's our energy center. So when our liver is bogged down, we get sick. I mean, it's just all there is to it. So I would go slow with the coffee enemas. You know, at first, the ideal time to hold in the coffee enema, I'm going to get to your question about hair in a moment. The ideal time to do a coffee enema, and you guys can ask on Facebook and Instagram as well. Sorry about that, you guys. I feel like I'm ignoring you guys. The ideal time to do a coffee enema is when you're wanting to cleanse on a cellular level, when you're having skin eruptions. Skin, liver, always related. First thing in the morning is the best time of day. Someone asked, what's a coffee enema? Okay, tips for growing hair longer and thicker. Yeah, well, first of all, you got to eat better. Okay, no hair extensions in this. My hair, I mean, it's like Rapunzel. Okay, and I can kind of take my hat off, which is kind of scary right now, but I can show you guys there's nothing, there's no like, I don't know what you would call them, like wefts or something like that. I'm going to put this cat's hat on because, I don't know, because I live in Arizona now. But I would definitely use rosemary essential oil on the roots. That can help a lot. And I would make sure you're not eating a lot of processed foods. Processed foods will stunt your hair growth. Also, stress can thin your hair and cause breakage. And, you know, folks, we don't need to wash our hair every single day. I washed mine this morning. It's soaking wet and it's going to be wet all day because I have really thick hair. So yeah, so I don't wash my hair every day. I don't use sulfates on my hair either. I don't use chemicals on my hair. The shampoo I use, if I don't make it myself, the shampoo I buy has 4 ingredients and it's super, super pure. I'm fit. Thank you. I'm actually pretty out of shape right now, but I will become fit again. You watch. Watch. Do you use Colgate toothpaste? I do not. I don't know where all these dental questions are coming from. You guys should be asking me this in a few months when I have a dental procedure done. Okay, Okay, so this lady says, I found out what stress can do recently, caused massive inflammation in my body. Absolutely. No matter what you're going through, it's never worth stressing out over. So like, I'm unbothered all the time. If I get like an email that's like supposed to like put me in a state of shock, I'm not going to I'll click on it, but I won't read it, or I won't click on attachments or anything like that. You know, anything that brings stress into our lives is not worth giving our energy to. That's why it's so important to raise our vibrational frequency on a daily level. Make sure the colon is clean. Make sure you're having a huge bowel movement in the morning. Make sure you're eating high vibrational foods, high frequency foods. Make sure you're just saying no to drama and chaos. what you guys don't understand is people of a lower vibrational nature, right? People who indulge in drugs and alcohol on a regular basis, people who are in toxic relationships or are bored in their relationship or are unhappy in general or aren't feeling well, they will see a high vibrational light worker like many of you or like myself, and they'll try to pull down our energetic frequency by, silly comments or anything like that. And what you have to learn to do is really compartmentalize who's just not important. Of course, if it interferes with your business, take legal steps, but who is just simply not worth addressing? And then you go from there, right? You noticed I had someone trying to poke at me in the comment, and I simply blocked and moved on. So my aura is white and very pure. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm going to take one more question and then I'm going to be done. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're learning a lot. You're welcome, Diana. No, I don't use Colgate toothpaste or any fluoride in my toothpaste. I think fluoride. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the compliment. It looks horrible on Instagram because it's right above the light, but I don't mind. I think fluoride messes with the third eye, our eye of intuition. It's just again, I'm not a dentist, and I'm sure every dentist I know will argue with me. That's okay. But you might want to look into the third eye. So tips on opening the third eye would be direct sunlight, also sun bumming. Troy Casey's famous for that. Getting sun 20 minutes a day naked on the skin, make sure you're exposing yourself to sunlight. There's a lot of myths when it comes to what goes into sunscreens and things like that. All right. So thank you so much. Thank you, guys. You guys are so sweet. Okay, you guys, so have a great weekend. I'm going to head to the gym, and it is back in Buys Day for me, and I'm also going to get some wind sprints in, and yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. If you are new on TikTok, welcome. Subscribe to my free newsletter at AndreaCox.com. Definitely get the Oracle deck, The Lessons of the Mystical Muse. We sold out the first time. We have 500 available. The link is in my bio, worth every penny, 72-card Oracle deck, and a full-size shadow work workbook. I even designed the box myself. And you can also get Eat Right for Your Zodiac, my book, my latest plant-based recipe book, but you can get Juicing for Beauty and Rawlicious recipes as well. Thanks, guys. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye. Be well.